Really?
Sensei.
On the last episode, we covered why exactly I dislike Rock Lee as a character, but my guy doesn't fall too far from that tree. I mean, Rock Lee has his own video game and he's not even a main character. However, on today's installment, we're going to cover exactly why I believe my guy deserves the same distasteful treatment. That is, of course, after the cool intro. All aboard the Blue Dragoon!
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Here we go again.
This is Tom from Toonami. You're listening to Sin 7.
There are 4 examples of why I hate my guy. Now, I won't lie. One thing that I don't like about my guy is a personal problem. It's a me problem. It's petty, and it's not what makes him bad in my eyes. One reason is also minor, but the last 2 reasons why I hate my guy are huge and unforgivable in my eyes. Let's address the minor reason first. Now, first and foremost, my guy's backstory is extremely similar to Lee's. Due to his lack of proficiency with ninjutsu and genjutsu, Guy failed to get into the ninja academy until one day he didn't and got in. I guess him and Lee were just so good at punching things they got in. A minor flaw I have with them because this marks the beginning of their special treatment. Heck, we even passed because my guy put in a good word for him, but whatever. A pretty big loophole if you ask me. Anyway, it was here that Guy became classmates with his rival, Kakashi. This really grinds my gears because Guy shouldn't be rivals with Kakashi at all. Kakashi, the child protege, the copy ninja, the Sharingan wielder not of the Uchiha clan, former Anbu Black Op, and future Hokage? Kakashi is a primary character, a character connected to many important people in the series such as Minato and Obito for God's sakes, and here he is being rivals with a secondary character. The reason I hated Lee and not my guy in OG Naruto is because my guy didn't really have focus. In fact, none of the teachers really did in OG Naruto besides Kakashi. So here Kakashi is, getting all of this focus and cool character development, and my guy, who hasn't even done that much, is Kakashi's rival just because he says he is? Kakashi damn near has the most development and character in the story of Naruto. My guy does not. How are they rivals, dude, especially with everything that Kakashi has at his disposal? Now, if you've been watching this video the whole time, you'll notice that I haven't even mentioned the 8 gates. You could even possibly be screaming, "The gates! The gates is how he's so strong, duh!" I'm getting to that. That's very important for the point I have to make for one of the huge issues that I have, so give me a minute. For right now, let's address the petty issue I have before moving on to the big ones. In OG Naruto, we were introduced to the first 2 members of the Akatsuki, the fabled Itachi we had heard of in Sasuke's Tales of Revenge, and Kiss Anime. Ooh, sorry big homie, you will be missed. I mean Kisame, his blue-skinned great white partner. In the beginning of Shippuden, we discovered that the Akatsuki is an entire team and they're putting their plan into action. They're hunting down Jinchurikis and looking to rip the tailed beasts from their bodies, to then use those beasts to resurrect the Ten Tails or the Jubi. The Akatsuki split up to go and do what they have to do, and Kisame crosses paths with none other than Team Guy. To add insult to injury, Kisame knows Guy and despises him. But get this, Guy doesn't even remember Kisame. This is beyond frustrating as a Kisame fan, but again, like I said, that's a me problem. I'm not even mad that Guy ends up defeating Kisame. He wasn't the one squaring up with every main character in the series like Lee. My problem with my guy is he only squared up when it counts. The 2 major reasons why I hate my guy go hand in hand. Let's talk about Madara. At the end of Naruto Shippuden, there was a huge tug of war of who was going to be the final big bad. Obito claims to be Madara Uchiha, Madara shows up, Obito absorbs the Jubi, Madara absorbs the Jubi, Zetsu's the real villain the whole time, Zetsu brings back the real villain, Kiba wants to become Hokage, it's a mess. However, after Jubito gets Talk no Jutsu, it's looking like Madara is set to be the last phase of the story. Now, Jubito was a problem, but the legendary ninja Madara, who can take on an entire army himself without even breaking a sweat, rivaled by only the great Hashirama Senju, and now has the power of the Ten Tails? Yeah, it was looking real slow for the cast at this point in time. Madara, with the power of the Ten Tails, only has about 2 ways of being harmed. Senjutsu, essentially Naruto Sage Mode, or flippin' floopin' bull cut boopin' taijutsu. So who's the only one that currently is effective against this guy? Rock Lee. But he had enough already, so it's Mike Guy. Now look, everything with Lee happened, then the Kisame stuff happened, but I didn't hate Guy, only Lee. I disliked Guy, but again, personal reasons. But when the battle between Madara and Guy began to get heated, I liked it. And here's why. Okay, we finally made it to the part where I talk about the gates. The 8 gates are a chakra system in Naruto used primarily by the taijutsu users. It's learned and mastered by Might Dai over the course of 20 years, who is Might Guy's father. Dai teaches it to Guy, Guy teaches it to Lee, and so on and so forth. Now, you can achieve higher levels of strength and speed by opening up these gates. Each gate offers more power at the cost of affecting the user's body negatively, and the more gates you open, the bigger toll it takes on your body. Lee was only 13 when he was able to open 5 whole gates. That's amazing. No, seriously, I give him props for that. It must have took so much hard work. Lee having the gates isn't in the reasons I dislike him, which is why I didn't need to mention it yet. He has to have that kind of edge to survive in this world. The same goes for Guy. Trust me, I like the gates. The gates are cool. The gate system runs through the entire body, each gate having its designated spot. The first gate is in the left brain, the second is in the right brain, the third is in the spinal cord, etc. The final gate, the 8th gate of death, is in the heart. If you open up this gate, you die. That's the rule. A consequence teased since the gate's introduction. The 8th and final gate is an astronomical power boost in exchange for your life. Your body burns so hot that your blood begins to evaporate in this insane red aura around your body. If you open the 8th gate, you die. That being said, back to the fight. Now, my guy had learned to master the first 7 gates. Usually the gates are open one at a time, but if he chooses, he can skip that part and jump right to the 7th. However, against Madara, the strongest opponent we had seen up to this point, he knew it was finally time to open the 8th gate. Now, I was happy and upset at this point. I was thinking that my guy shouldn't be the one to be doing this damage to Madara, but then I realized, it's the 8th gate of death. Maybe he'll be able to just damage Madara enough to weaken him for the rest of the cast by sacrificing his life to do so. Guy isn't annoying to me. I really do love his energy and charisma, and I find it to be very funny in stark contrast to a lot of the other Naruto characters. And this guy was about to die? What a great character moment. We would finally get to see what happens when you open the 8th gate, the true power it holds, but also the ultimate consequence it comes with, while also losing a character unlike many others in the Naruto series. It was shaping up to actually be something I was looking forward to. Now, Guy succeeded in injuring Madara, but broke his leg in the process and finally succumbed to the weight of the 8th gate on his shoulders. He lays there, his body burning, his leg gone, with Madara acknowledging his greatness. Okay, whatever, he's going to die anyway, and he only had like one big moment before this, so I'll let it slide. Then Naruto comes out of nowhere and saves his life! My guy opens the 8th gate of death. You open this gate, you die, and survives thanks to Naruto. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The betrayal, the deception, the nonsense. I couldn't believe it. What really drove the knife deeper is that Neji, a beloved character, died before this during the war. He's not coming back. He's gone for good, and he didn't do it himself. But Sid, why didn't Neji just 8 trigrams that giant spike away? Whatever, man, that's not the point right now. The point is, you can't set up stakes for a character, then basically guarantee their death, and then not have them die when other characters died. If Neji didn't die, I'd be like, okay, whatever, Neji dodged death, so I guess it's possible that Guy could. But when Neji died, it led me to believe that no one was safe, that any character could go. Neji is the cousin to Naruto's potential and eventual love interest, the guy who Naruto had a hard fight with in the OG and completely changed his character thanks to him. He wasn't just some random side character, he was a big deal. Yet and still he dies, and the man who opens the door that says you gon' die right on it survives to live another day. Absolutely horrible. These characters face no consequences whatsoever. Lee gets hurt and may never fight again. Lee's about to die because Kimimara's too strong. Kimimara's sick. He'll just end up killing himself after a while, if anything, and we'll just have the guy he beat on before save his life. My guy opens the 8th gate of death? Nope, Naruto just became Jesus. He'll be alright. But Sin, doesn't that mean Naruto is the problem here? No! The show is called Naruto! I'm expecting Naruto to be able to do crazy stuff like this, especially at the back end of the series. There's other ways Naruto could have showed off his power. What if someone was close to death from a fight, just by being exhausted, and Naruto healed them or resuscitated them with his newfound power? Same showcase of strength, but without the stakes being a fake out. For example, if it was Kakashi, weakened from his fight with Obito, that then went on to challenge Madara until he was on the brink of death, then that makes way more sense symbolically. Naruto with his newfound power gets to team up with Sasuke in the fight against Madara, and Kakashi, having his life been saved, gets to watch his former students team up again after all they've been through and try to save the world. What a beautiful way to have Naruto do the exact same thing, have it make more sense, and have it impact you way more. But no, instead we got a cheap get out of jail free card for a character that should have been dead. Now after this part, Guy was confined to a wheelchair never to fight again. He had did what he had to do against Madara, and at least lost something if he wasn't going to lose his life. So I was very upset, but I whatever did out of my mind since the series was over and the main cast of Naruto weren't doing too much in Boruto. It wasn't even about them anymore, so who cares? That is until I was scrolling through Twitter one day and saw something that made me create this video today. I had it with this character. Enough was enough. In an episode of Boruto, my guy gave a lecture to the Genin at the academy in his attempt to lift spirits and help Metal Lee, the next generation of the taijutsu users and Rock Lee's son, with his anxiety. My guy talks about facing and getting over problems and uses his leg as an example. Then this man proceeds to get up and ask Metal Lee and Iwabi for a 2-on-1 sparring match? What? He can still fight? You gotta be kidding me. Please, give me a break, please. Now, Guy isn't busting out the gates or anything crazy like that, but how did this man go from I'm going to sacrifice my life to save the village to oops, guess I'm still alive, but I'm in this wheelchair, to nope, I can still throw hands? Now, this doesn't mean Guy's going out on missions and fighting alongside people or anything like that, but still, it just takes away from the small amount of consequences he did have even more. He can still get up, he can still spar, and he wipes the floor with these little snots to boot. Maybe he has a little handicap, but that's a small price to pay when you should have been super dead. What's causing me to believe that Guy can't return back to normal and fight at half to full force again? Nothing so far has stopped him from doing anything. The two of these guys together, man, I can't. Good lord. By God, I'm a grown man yelling about people that aren't even real. To wrap up, Rock Lee and Might Guy are cool characters. They're just not the main characters, and making this video has shown me that I really do like them, and I think they're cool. Heck, I played Naruto Ninja Storm 3 a lot, and Rock Lee was one of my most used characters in that game. But they overstayed their welcome on many occasions and should not have been given as much screen time or plot armor as they got. In a show called Naruto, I sure had a lot to say about two guys who don't even know how to do the things that the other characters can do. I know they train like hell, and they really push themselves beyond all limits despite their setbacks, but while this is commendable, they had way too many times to show it off. After the first few times, you get the point, and that's basically the point I've been trying to make. If you made it all the way through this video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. My goal isn't to get any Rock Lee fans upset or anything. In fact, I tried to mention what I did like about them while still mentioning why I do hate them. My goal was always to offer my unique opinion about these characters because I have this argument all the time with people and everyone seems to love them. Yes, I'll die on this hill, but before I get a bunch of hate comments and dislikes, please attempt to start a discussion first. Tell me what I missed, tell me why I'm wrong, show me how you see it in the comments below and I'll give you the same benefit of the doubt you've given me if you made it this far. Don't forget, Goku can't make a spirit bomb by himself, so if you like this video and maybe even agree with me, feel free to like and share it with your friends. And until next time, See you later, Space Cowboy.